Hello and welcome or welcome back to my channel. In this video I'm going to be recreating these nails by Sully's Nailography on Instagram, and I have them linked of course. And I'm going to be creating these nails. So let's just get right into it. So I'm starting off with a layer of this nude color. This is just like a random color from Rosalind. I'm going to be doing this on my thumb, index, ring, and pinky finger. And I'm going to do 2 coats, but I'm just going to be doing 1 coat on camera because, it's the same thing. So I'm going to be doing 2 coats of this. Keep that in mind. And this is just the base starting out. Now for the middle finger, the base is going to be an ombre. So I'm going to be taking this nude color and putting it down as far as I want. And then I'm going to be taking a very light lilac-y, lavendery purple and ombreing that. But first I'm going to ombre this just to the tip. And this helps if you have etched your tips. So be sure to prep your press-on tips before you apply the gel polish. And now I'm going to be adding that layer of purple before I cure, and then blending it up into the nude color with my gradient brush. This gradient brush is very helpful, and I do recommend it. You can also do ombres with a sponge, but I don't have any sponges that really work that well for doing ombres, so I'm going to use this brush. So I'm going to be doing an airbrush as well, and I'm going to be doing this on my thumb and pinky. I had to build up this, of course, so I did do 2 coats, but I'm going to be showing y'all 1 coat on my thumb and pinky. And I'm using my gradient brush for this as well. I'm very gently, vertically and horizontally blending this out on already cured gel polish, so it is a little bit harder to blend it, but all you got to do is just do it very gently and make sure you go vertically and ombre vertically and I'm blanking on the one. It's not diagonal, horizontally. So yeah, just keep that in mind and add as much gel as you want, but make sure you add enough to where it'll cure all the way through properly and not wrinkle up. So yeah, keep that in mind. And that's how I do my airbrush effect with no airbrush. I do it like that, but sometimes I use my sponge. It's just the sponge for me is pretty iffy. It doesn't always work. Plus, you always have to use a new sponge. So, it's just annoying. So, anyways, I'm doing a French tip on this index nail. And, of course, I'm going to be doing 2 coats. But just showing this one. And these French tips are going to be pretty short. Like, the nude part is going to be going pretty far down the nail. So, I don't usually do French tips like that. But that's pretty much how they were in the inspo picture, and I felt like they were cute, so I decided to do it today. So as you can see, I did the same design on my ring finger as well. And now I'm going to be doing that same not ombre, but airbrush technique that I did on my other fingers. And I'm doing this just in the center. This took a little bit of building up. I don't know why it was so difficult to do on this nail. I think because maybe this purple is a darker color background than the nude. So it was just a little bit more difficult. But anyway, so I'm going to be doing that like weird abstract French tip that y'all hopefully remember from the inspo picture. And this was kind of difficult to do because it's not really like a French tip where you fill it in. I'm kind of just drawing the French tip line and then going down the sides and then like connecting it all together. Like, I have no idea how to explain this. It's just weird, but y'all can see how I'm drawing it, and I'm just basically drawing guidelines where I need to and then filling in all of the spaces that I need to fill in. So on this one, I'm doing the same thing, but in a lighter color. And I'm just showing y'all because it was a little bit difficult to get this to be fully opaque. And I'm using pretty much all Rosalind gel polish. So their gel polish, as you can see, is like pretty decent quality. But if I'm going to be putting this lighter color on such a darker color, it's going to be difficult to actually make it opaque. So I did about like 3 to 4 layers of this. I can't imagine I did 4 because I feel like I would get really bored after the 3rd layer. But I probably did like 3 to 4 layers. So now I'm going to be doing that weird 3D line art, like mermaid type of design. And this was kind of difficult. I mixed 8-in-1 Born Pretty gel glue and I think some nail extension glue. But it turns out that using just the 8-in-1 gel glue is a lot better. And I think it's a lot better if you just use either a solid 3D gel or a very liquidy gel. Because I ended up just using the 8-in-1 gel glue and that helped create like thick, noticeable 3D lines. So this was kind of hard to do considering I could barely see it. So a lot of the times I left it and kept creating the lines, and all the lines would kind of like go together. So what I had to do was do some lines and then cure, and then, do more lines and then cure. So I only cured for like 10 seconds in between the lines that I did cure in between. But you can do a full cure if you want to. It's not really necessary since you're going to be doing a full cure anyways. But I did like 2 to 3 coats of these lines just to get them like noticeable. A lot of 3D designs I've done in the past, the biggest mistake is that they're either too chunky, which I don't mind, because if I'm going to be doing a 3D design, I want it to be popping out. So if it's too chunky, I don't mind. It's just, bulky. But that's the one mistake I make, and also it being way too thin and not noticeable and doesn't look 3D at all. So I really tried to make these noticeable lines, and I feel like I did an okay job with like 3 coats of this 8-in-1 gel glue. And by the way, I apologize for my voice. I just woke up, and y'all, it's May, so I have allergies. So please don't mind. So recently I got some moss for my nails. So I will be doing those garden nails that one of y'all suggested. I also bought some air drying clay. So I'll be making little food pieces to do some food nails like one of y'all suggested as well. So those are coming soon. Don't think I just asked y'all for suggestions and ignored y'all. I will be doing it soon. If y'all are going to suggest it, I really, really want to plan it out, take my time and do a good job and think about the sets, before I do them just all willy-nilly and then, do a fail set or whatever, or do something that the commenters suggested and they don't even like it. So I just want to make sure y'all like what y'all suggest, and I put some time and effort into it. So it's coming soon. I will be doing moss nails and I will be doing food nails. So if y'all have any suggestions, leave them below and I will do them eventually, but I do have to plan them out and actually take my time. So keep that in mind. I'm not just going to do them the next video. But anyway, so I'm adding some gems onto the little parts where like the lines connect. And I'm adding a gem on that 3D line nail, but I will be removing that gem and making it into a bigger gem. Not relevant information, but I felt like y'all should know. So now it's time to create this big old chunky looking 3D flower. I've never done one of these before, but these are kind of trendy right now. People are doing like even short press-on tips and putting like flowers on them, and that's just the nail. The nail just looks like a flower. I think it's really cool. So I'm gonna be doing one of these chunky flowers today, and I was struggling because I made it to where the first 3 petals I made were too big, so I didn't have much room for the second last petals. But it still turned out looking like a flower regardless. So basically I'm just making it into a weird looking big old chunky petal, and I kept grabbing these giant beads of this 3D gel. And you don't need giant beads, just a regular small bead will do. And also make sure you cure after each petal, so make sure you're happy with each petal, and then cure, because you don't want to ruin another petal while making another one. The other 2 petals that I did, I did not get on camera because I don't know, I was just off camera. So I'm pretty much just gonna gloss over that. But y'all saw me create these first 3 petals. So basically I did about like 10 layers of that color. It's so difficult to get full opacity of a color without using the actual brush it came with, but I added some details to the flower, and here are the nails. So let me know what y'all think below. Leave a like and leave a comment suggesting what y'all want me to do next, and be sure to leave a like because that lets me know if y'all want to see more videos like this, more 3D designs, and just more gel polish designs. And be sure to subscribe. Thank y'all for 830 subscribers, and thank y'all for watching. I hope to see y'all next time.